Songpond TV.
Hi and welcome back to Songpond TV. We're up to episode 10. My name is Ben Edwards, of course, and I will be your host with the mostest. I suppose I will be. We've got a special guest coming in later today who's going to introduce today's lesson. Otherwise, we're going to get straight on to today's tip. If this is your first time joining us, because we're up to episode 10, don't forget to go back and watch any or all of the previous Songpond TV episodes. There is a lot of really good, interesting information in there for beginners right through to intermediate, and even advanced players may even pick up some tips and skills that they may be able to use with their guitar playing. Okay, on to today's tip section, which is, of course, proudly brought to you by songpond.com. Not .tv, but .com. Now, songpond.com is a great website where you can go and sign up and learn your favourite songs right from the start to the end of the song. Awesome new website. It's going to be taking the world by storm. Today's tip is we're going to go back. We had somebody write in and ask about me breaking down one particular lick that I taught a few episodes ago. It was a step bend lick using the pentatonic first position, again in a previous episode. That was the lick. Now, what they've actually asked me to break down further was, within that lesson, I did something like this. I did a crazy little bend, and of course I didn't actually break it down, I just played it, and someone's written in saying, can you please show us that? So, very quickly, it's so simple. If you are in this position, your pentatonic first shape position on the 5th fret, so we're in the key of A, the A pentatonic scale, 3rd finger on the G string in the 7th fret, 1st finger on the B string in the 5th fret, hit both strings at once. They sound quite discordant at that point, or quite atonal. We're actually going to keep the 1st finger planted, and we're going to bend the 3rd finger up to that note. That wee technique is used everywhere. Hendrix used it, Page uses it, Angus Young uses it. So depending on which key you're in, you need to be playing in that particular pentatonic position. So if you're in the key of A, you're playing it there. If you're in the key of B, you're playing it there. If wherever you are, you just play it there. Simple. Wee bit of a bend at the top. Sounds really cool, and it's very impressive. Just a real gnarly, biting sort of a sound. Okay, today's lesson is on a different strum. We've had a lot of people write in and ask us about a different type of strum, and I've got a special guest here to introduce to us what type of strum it is.
Wow, today we're gonna look at the reggae strum. Heaps of people want to learn to play like reggae style, like Bob Marley. Okay?
Okay, thanks, Mr. Monkey. Yes, you're dead right. We're going to look at a reggae strum. So we've learned a couple of strum-type rhythms now in the previous episodes. This is a very simple strum technique to learn. It may be a bit tricky to pick up, but when I say simple, it's a very stripped-back strum, and you can apply it to all sorts of different chords, and it does have that reggae feel to it. Okay, I'm just going to be playing a C-sharp minor root 5 bar chord. You can play this on any chord. This strum will work on any chord, but I'm just using a C-sharp minor root 5 bar chord. Okay. In 4/4, we're used to counting down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Most strums, most styles of music, we always start with a strum on 1, and it's usually down. That's usually a strong strum. With reggae, we actually strum, and the accent is on the 2. You miss out 1 completely. In this case, I'm actually going to mute the strings, or what I call just strike the string, so we can count 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. One and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. So we're hitting 2 and 4 and. Now you'll also notice that to give it that slight reggae feel is what we call a swing. I'm actually not hitting exactly 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and. Swing means I'm kind of being a little bit lazy with some of my hits, particularly on the 4 and the 4 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. you can experiment with that. That's what we call swing. It's sort of playing around the beat, and it really helps again with that reggae feel. So stop, rewind me, and just break that down, and just start doing that tick-tocking motion back and forth, and think 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and you just heard there I just started putting in a late strike back on the 4-and. Okay, another thing which is very reggae, so pause and go back if you haven't got that down yet, is to actually use up strums. So in this case, I'm not actually going to tick-tock back and forth. I'm just going to count out 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... You'll also notice I'm actually coming back in to mute the strings between each strike of the strings. So up strums and what we call palm deadening, or palm, it's not really palm muting is chug, chug, chug. So palm deadening of the strings, that real sharp attack, is a very reggae type thing to do as well. So experiment with that, get the strum down first using downstrokes, and then try it with just upstrokes. You need to be quite quick with 4 and, it's quite tricky, but just get used to that. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Once you've got that down, you can use that on any chord. Simple, quite straightforward. Stop, rewind me, go back, nail that down. That's a whole nother strum that you've now got in your guitar arsenal. All right. And that is simply today's Songpond TV episode and lesson. Thank you very much for joining me. Don't forget to go to Songpond.tv, our website, if you're not there already, and you can click the Have Your Say link, which will enable you to be able to email me and let me know what you want to see coming up. Might be able to get it in before Christmas. Okay, keep up the good practice. That's bye from me, and
that's bye from me too.
SPTV, proudly brought to you by Songpond.com, where you learn to play your favorite songs.